Right now, your mind is a battlefield. Thoughts clamor for your attention like soldiers charging into combat. They pull you in every direction, and you feel overwhelmed. This chaos is costing you peace, focus, and strength. You need to silence the noise. In a world that spins faster every day, finding clarity is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity. Stoic philosophy teaches us how to reclaim that essential calm. This will equip you with the tools to cut through the distractions, to find your center, and to focus on what truly matters. I want you to pause right now and comment, silence the noise below. Write it. Own it. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Be prepared, because this is just the beginning. The journey to quiet your mind requires discipline and commitment. It involves facing the storm within, and the first step is crucial. Method 1. The 5-minute thought purge. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They get lost in the noise. They let their thoughts drown them instead of taking control. You cannot allow that to happen. Let's break this down. The first method I want to share is the 5-minute thought purge. Imagine a soldier standing on a battlefield. His heart races. Chaos surrounds him. Bullets zip by. He must clear his mind to survive. This soldier knows that the fog of war will cloud his judgment. If he does not act, he will be lost. This is how your mind feels right now. You need to purge the thoughts that weigh you down. A powerful example comes from Marcus Aurelius. He often wrote about the importance of reflection. In his journal, he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What does this mean? It means your thoughts can either empower you or imprison you. It is your choice. When you take a few minutes each day to identify and release your thoughts, you gain control. You regain strength. The 5-minute thought purge is simple but powerful. Here's how it works. First, find a quiet space. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now, set a timer for 5 minutes. Next, start to write down every thought that comes to your mind. Do not filter or judge them. Just let them flow. Write down worries, plans, distractions, everything. This process transforms your inner chaos into clear words on a page. When the timer goes off, read through what you have written. Reflect on each thought. Ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Is it worth my energy? After you reflect, take that paper and shred it, burn it, or simply throw it away. Watch those thoughts disappear. This is not just a ritual. It is a statement of power. Your mind is not a prison. It is a tool. Use it wisely. But here is the part nobody talks about. Most people think 5 minutes is too short. They feel overwhelmed by their own chaos. They forget that it is not about how much time you spend thinking. It is about the quality of that time. Take these 5 minutes seriously. It will reshape your approach to your day. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me. For the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. The 5-minute thought purge is just the beginning. It sets the stage for deeper work. It is time to build on this foundation. Method 2. The Stoic Morning Ritual. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They wake up and grab their phones, scrolling through the noise of the world. They let external chaos dictate their day. But the Stoic Morning Ritual? It turns that on its head. You have the power to shape your day before it even begins. This next practice is more than a routine. It's a commitment to self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius once said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This sets the tone for your day. Gratitude, awareness, and intention. Picture this. The sun rises. You wake up, not to the sound of notifications, but to the stillness of the morning. You feel the cool air on your skin. You take a moment to breathe deeply. This is not just waking up. This is awakening. In this moment, remind yourself that today is a gift. Here's the action. Before your feet hit the ground, dedicate 5 minutes to your Stoic morning ritual. First, Sit on the edge of your bed. Close your eyes. Breathe in deeply and hold it for a count of 3. As you exhale, picture releasing all the noise from your mind. Visualize the pressures of yesterday drifting away. Next, reflect on 3 things you are grateful for. This shifts your mindset from negative to positive. It arms you with clarity. Now, ask yourself, what will I focus on today? What is my goal? Write this down. Maybe it's being patient with a colleague or giving your best effort in your workout. Whatever it is, make it clear. But here is the part nobody talks about. Many people skip this step or rush through it. They think it's just another task. It's not. This is where determination builds. This is where you become the commander of your day. After setting your intentions, visualize challenges that might come your way. You might encounter a difficult colleague or a setback in your plans. Imagine handling those challenges with strength and composure. You are prepared. You are resilient. This is not about predicting the future. It's about being ready for whatever comes. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds simple. Can it really make a difference? Yes, it can. This practice aligns your mind, heart, and actions. It connects you to your purpose right from the start. From now on, make this ritual non-negotiable. Set a timer for those first 5 minutes. Make it part of your daily discipline. Your future self will thank you. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. Because knowing isn't enough. It's the actions you take that define your day, your life. Method 3, the power of negative visualization. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They ignore the power of negative visualization. This is not about being pessimistic. It's about sharpening your mind. It's about preparing for life's challenges. The Stoics believe that facing the worst-case scenario can actually strengthen your resolve. This practice engages your mind and shields you from unexpected pain. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." He understood the importance of facing reality head-on. Negative visualization is a tool to remind yourself of what you take for granted. When you think about losing something or someone, you value what you have more deeply. Imagine your daily life. You wake up, you have your health, and you have loved ones around you. Now picture them gone. What would that feel like? That's the weight of reality. This practice helps you appreciate what you have. It also prepares you for the inevitable losses we all face. Life is uncertain. So what do you do with this knowledge? First, set aside a few minutes each day. Find a quiet place. Then, close your eyes and visualize what you fear losing. Picture it vividly. It could be your job, your health, or a relationship. Feel the emotions that come with that visualization. Let them wash over you. Now, let's turn to the lesson here. When you practice this regularly, you build resilience. You teach your mind that you can endure hardship. You are not defined by what you lose. Instead, you are strengthened by your ability to face challenges head-on. Here is your action step. Tonight, before you sleep, write down 3 things you fear losing. Next to each, write how you would respond. Would you fight for it? Would you let go gracefully? This is your blueprint for resilience. But here is the part nobody talks about. Most people stop here. They don't take this visualization seriously. Do not be most people. Instead, recognize the power of this practice. It will shape your mindset and prepare you for whatever life throws at you. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. You are not just preparing for loss. You are building a foundation of strength for every moment of your life. Method 4, the Mindfulness Shield. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They think they can avoid discomfort. They try to escape from pain. But that strategy only leads to greater suffering. The truth is, you must face your thoughts head-on. This is where the Mindfulness Shield comes in. It is not just a practice. It is a powerful tool for protection and growth. The story of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius shows us this. During his reign, he faced constant wars and personal loss. Yet, he wrote in his journal about the importance of mindfulness. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. What he meant is simple. You cannot control what happens around you, but you can control how you respond. By practicing mindfulness, you build a shield against life's chaos. This shield helps you stay grounded. It allows you to meet each day with clarity and purpose. So, how do you create your mindfulness shield? Start by dedicating a few minutes each day to focus on your breath. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. As you sit, take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. As you breathe, let your thoughts flow without judgment. Acknowledge them, then let them go. This is the power of mindfulness. Now, here is the action step. Tomorrow morning, take 5 minutes to practice this. Sit still, breathe deeply, and let each breath create your shield. But pay attention. This is the real lesson. Mindfulness isn't just about feeling good. It's about preparing your mind for challenges. It helps you stay calm in storms. You learn to focus on what matters, even when life gets tough. Most people stop here. They think they can just breathe and everything will be fine. But do not be most people. You have to build this shield every day. Make it a habit. The more you practice, the stronger your shield becomes. And this is where it gets dangerous. If you neglect it, you leave yourself open to chaos. You risk drifting through life without control. So hold on tight. Your mindfulness shield is your armor against uncertainty. Now, ask yourself, what burdens can you release today? When you answer that question, you will take a step closer to strength. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. Method 5, the journaling protocol. Now we stand at a critical juncture in our journey. How do you cement this strength within you? You do it through the journaling protocol. This is not just writing. This is a tool for transformation. Think of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. He didn't merely rule an empire. He wrote down his thoughts, his struggles, and his reflections. His journal was his private mentor. It helped him find clarity amidst chaos. In his writings, he famously stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote encapsulates the essence of journaling. It allows you to explore your internal landscape. You can confront your thoughts, fears, and desires on paper. Let's break it down. Journaling gives you a safe space to express what you feel. You can reflect on your actions, your victories, and your failures. Start with these 3 questions. What did I do well today? What could I improve? What am I grateful for? These questions will guide your reflection. Write them down each evening. But don't just write. Dive deep into your answers. This isn't a to-do list. This is a moment to confront yourself. The act of writing allows you to navigate your emotions more clearly. It brings your thoughts to the surface. You gain insight into your patterns, and you learn to control them. But here is the part nobody talks about. Most people think journaling is just a trend. They scribble a few lines and call it a day. But if you want real change, you must do more. You have to dig deep. You have to be raw and honest. Let me be clear, journaling is not always pleasant. It can be challenging. You may face uncomfortable truths. But this is where growth happens, at the edge of discomfort. Now pay attention. This is where the magic occurs. Tomorrow evening, I challenge you. Take 20 minutes to write about your day. Don't rush it. Let your thoughts flow freely. And if this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Continue your journaling practice. Find the power in your own words. Remember, Marcus Aurelius used this method to strengthen his mind. You can do the same. Each entry is a step toward understanding yourself better. By recognizing your thoughts, you start to control them. You become the captain of your ship, navigating through any storm. Now you know the power of the journaling protocol. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. Method 6, the 30-second breath control. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They think the solution to their chaos lies in big, complicated strategies. But often, the answer is simpler than you think. It comes down to something you've always had at your fingertips: breath. The 30-second breath control method is a powerful way to regain control when everything feels overwhelming. It's quick, effective, and can change your state of mind in an instant. Imagine you're stuck in heavy traffic, late for an important meeting. Your heart races. Your thoughts spiral. You're caught in a storm of frustration. This is when the 30-second breath control becomes essential. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." What does that mean? It means our minds amplify our problems, making them feel larger than life. But with controlled breathing, you can silence that mental chatter. You can cut through the noise. Here's how it works. First, find a quiet space where you can take a moment for yourself. Close your eyes if you can. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold it for another count of 4. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this cycle 4 times. What this simple practice does is ground you in the present moment. It brings your awareness back to your body. Most people stop here, thinking it's too simple. But do not be most people. The breath is your ally. It reminds you that you are more than your thoughts. You are the observer, the thinker, the captain of your ship. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. In those 30 seconds, you reclaim your power. You diffuse the panic and anxiety. You transform that chaotic energy into calm focus. And this can be a game changer. Whether you're facing stress at work, dealing with personal challenges, or simply navigating a tough day, you can call on this method at any time. Here's your action step. When you feel the pressure rising, take a moment and implement the 30-second breath control. Set a reminder on your phone. Make it a habit. Each time you practice, you become stronger. You build resilience. You learn to face life's storms with clarity and strength. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. Method 7, the acceptance trap. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They think they've accepted their fate, but they've actually fallen into the acceptance trap. This is a dangerous pit. It's where people believe acceptance is passive. They think it is what it is and stop there. But that's not true acceptance. True acceptance requires action. It demands that you take responsibility for what you can control while knowing you cannot control everything else. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This doesn't mean you passively allow life to happen to you. It means you respond with strength, even when life throws challenges your way. Think about a time when you faced a setback. Maybe it was losing a job or experiencing a tough breakup. Did you find yourself stuck in the thought, "I can't believe this happened to me"? Perhaps you felt sorry for yourself. That's the trap. The lesson here is clear. Accept what you cannot change, but do not surrender to it. Instead, use that acceptance as a launching pad for action. Your action step is straightforward. When you feel overwhelmed by a situation, write down 3 things you can control about it. For example, if you lost a job, you might note that you can control how you update your resume. You can control how you network with others. And you can control how hard you work to find new opportunities. Once you pinpoint these actions, turn your focus to them. This shift will give you a sense of purpose and clarity. But here is the part nobody talks about. The acceptance trap can feel like a warm blanket. It's comfortable to resign to fate. But remember, comfort can be a deceiver. Do not let acceptance turn into apathy. When you accept fully, you don't stop there. You ignite your will to act. You must become the commander of your life. Face your challenges with resolve. Own your decisions. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me. For the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. Method 8, the gratitude shift. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. Gratitude. Sounds simple, right? But it goes deeper than you think. The gratitude shift is not just about saying thank you or feeling good. It's a powerful tool. It can turn your problems into opportunities. In the chaos of life, Gratitude is your anchor. It pulls you back to the things that matter. It reminds you that even in tough times, there is always something to appreciate. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." He acknowledged the harshness of reality, but then he added this crucial point: "But I will be mindful of my gratitude." What does this mean for you? It means you choose your mindset. Instead of focusing on what you lack, shift your attention to what you have. The power of gratitude is in this shift. It can change your perception and light a fire in your spirit. Let me share a story. There was a young soldier named James who faced overwhelming challenges in his life. He had just returned from deployment, dealing with the scars of war. In his darkest moments, he felt lost. One day, his mentor, an old sergeant, told him to list 5 things he was grateful for. At first, James resisted, but he wrote down simple things: the sun shining, the smell of coffee, the laughter of children in the park. As he listed these things, he felt a shift inside. He realized that even amidst chaos, beauty existed. This list became his shield. Every morning, he read it and found strength. The lesson here lies in the shift. Gratitude creates resilience. It reminds you that you are not defined by your circumstances. It empowers you to rise and face challenges with a different perspective. So what can you do? Tonight, before you sleep, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They can be small or huge. Maybe it's a conversation with a friend or a meal you enjoyed. Then, when you wake up tomorrow, read that list. Let it warm your mind. Feel the strength it gives you to take on the day. But remember, the gratitude shift is more than just a list. It's a declaration of your will. Now that you understand this, let me show you how to make this practice stick. You have the power to shape your mindset and take command. As you do, don't forget to come back. There's more important knowledge waiting for you. Method 9, the emotional detachment weapon. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They let their emotions control them. They react instead of reflect. And this leads to a life filled with chaos. This brings us to Method 9, the emotional detachment weapon. This is your shield, your armor. It allows you to step back and observe your thoughts and feelings without getting trapped in them. Let me tell you about a Stoic giant named Epictetus. He was born a slave and faced immense suffering. Yet, he taught that our thoughts are the only things we truly own. He famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." What does this mean? Life will throw punches. You cannot always control the situation, but you can control your response. By detaching from your immediate feelings, you gain clarity. You break the cycle of emotional chaos. Imagine a moment when you felt overwhelmed. Maybe it was during a breakup, a job loss, or even an argument. In that moment, all you felt was pain. You reacted without thinking. You said things you didn't mean. You lost control. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. Before you let your emotions dictate your actions, stop. Step back. Ask yourself, what is the truth here? What can I control? What is worth my energy? To practice emotional detachment, follow this action plan. First, find a quiet space. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Focus on your breath for a few moments. Allow your thoughts to flow without judgment. Picture them as leaves floating down a stream. They come and they go. Next, when a strong emotion arises, write it down. State your feeling clearly. For example, "I feel angry." Then, ask yourself 3 questions. What triggered this feeling? What thoughts are feeding it? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? The goal is to create distance between you and your emotions. This gives you the power to choose your response carefully. But here is the part nobody talks about. Emotional detachment is not about suppressing your feelings. It's about understanding and managing them. You can feel deeply without losing control. By using this weapon, you'll face life's challenges with a calm mind. You will gain strength. You will act with purpose instead of reaction. Now that you've absorbed this powerful tool, Remember the commitment you've made to yourself. You are building a strong mindset. But knowing this alone is not enough. There is something even more dangerous lurking in our minds. It's time to confront that truth. Method 10. The nature immersion technique. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They let life's chaos drown them. They retreat into their screens and forget the world around them. But listen closely. Nature holds the antidote. It's time to embrace the nature immersion technique. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig." What he meant was this: true peace and clarity comes from within, but nature provides a powerful mirror for us to reflect on that inner strength. Imagine yourself surrounded by towering trees, the leaves rustling in the wind. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the earth beneath your feet. This is not just an escape. It's a return to your core. Studies show that spending time in nature can reduce stress, enhance mood, and improve focus. But why does nature have such a profound impact on our minds? Because it forces us to slow down and reconnect. Picture a soldier in the chaos of battle. He takes a moment to step back, to breathe in the fresh air and hear the sounds of the forest. In that stillness, he finds clarity. He remembers his mission. He realizes the storm inside him can be calmed by the rhythm of nature. Nature teaches us to be present. The branches sway, the birds chirp, and the sun shines, all while we are caught in our worries. When you immerse yourself in nature, you detach from distractions. You confront your thoughts head-on. So here is your action plan. Find a local park, beach, or forest. Spend 25 minutes there. Leave your phone behind. Let the world around you fill your senses. Walk slowly. Observe the colors, the sounds, the smells. When you feel your thoughts racing, stop. Sit down on a bench or on the grass. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Listen to the wind. Let it wash over you. Now here is where it gets dangerous. Most people won't do this. They will choose comfort over confrontation. But not you. You have committed to building a strong mindset. In those 25 minutes, allow yourself to feel the depths of your emotions. Acknowledge them. Whether it's joy, sadness, or anger, confront it. Recognize it. And then let it go. Remember, you are not escaping life. You are reclaiming your power. You are building resilience. But knowing this alone is not enough. Because there is something even more dangerous. Life will always throw challenges your way. It's time to equip yourself with the tools to face them head-on. Method 11. The mindful observation eyeglass. Stop. Think about that. You face a battle every day. A battle within yourself. It's the chaos of thoughts, worries, and distractions. This is where most people completely fall apart. But not you. You are ready to put on the mindful observation eyeglass. This method sharpens your focus. It helps you see clearly through the fog of your mind. Imagine Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, sitting at his school in Rome. He taught his students the importance of observing their thoughts. He said, "We have power over our minds, not outside events." Realizing this, we find our strength. What does this mean? It means that your thoughts can be your prison or your freedom. They can cloud your judgment or illuminate your path. The mindful observation eyeglass allows you to step back and observe these thoughts without judgment. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer. Here's how you do it. Find a quiet space, your own sanctuary. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. Then exhale slowly. Now, picture yourself wearing glasses that let you see your thoughts as passing clouds. Some are dark and heavy. Others are light and fluffy. When a thought comes up, notice it. Don't engage with it. Just observe. This next part changed everything for me. I remember a time when I was overwhelmed with stress over work. I felt like I was drowning in anxiety. But I sat down and put on my mindful observation eyeglass. I recognized my worries as just thoughts. I saw them pass by without jumping in. It was liberating. My mind cleared. I could think rationally about my situation. Now, let's take this further. After your session of mindful observation, grab a journal. Write down the thoughts you noticed, the good and the bad. What emotions did they spark? This is important. Reflection deepens your understanding. When you see your thoughts on paper, they lose their power over you. Now, take action. Each morning, dedicate 5 minutes to this practice. Comment below, "I observe, therefore I am free." Write it. Own it. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. You are not just surviving each day. You are learning to thrive. But knowing this alone is not enough. Because there is something even more powerful. It's the strength in accepting what you cannot control. Method 12. The Evening Reflection Ritual. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. After a long day, we often fall into bed without a second thought. We drift off without reflecting on who we are or what we've done. This is a grave mistake. You can reclaim your peace and clarity by embracing the evening reflection ritual. This method is essential. It allows you to review your day, acknowledge your strengths, and learn from your failures. This is the path to a stronger and more resilient mind. Let's look back at a figure who mastered this practice. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, faced countless challenges. He fought wars and dealt with betrayals. Yet, at the end of each day, he would reflect on his actions and decisions. In his journal, he would ask himself, "What did I do well today? What could I have done better?" This simple act of reflection helped him grow and adapt. It was his way of ensuring he didn't repeat mistakes. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, Marcus said. This statement rings true. If you do not examine your thoughts and actions, how can you expect to improve? So, how do you implement this evening reflection ritual? Tonight, before you sleep, take a moment. Grab your journal and find a quiet spot. Reflect on your day. Write down 3 things you did well and 3 areas where you can improve. Be honest with yourself. Did you act with kindness? Did you lose your temper? This is not an exercise in self-criticism. It's about recognizing your growth edges. Take a deep breath. Acknowledge your progress and accept your flaws. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. This next part is crucial. After writing, spend a few minutes in silence. Let your mind settle. Picture those thoughts like clouds passing by again. Allow the lessons to sink in, but do not dwell on them. Use this ritual to prepare for tomorrow. What do you want to accomplish? What values will guide you? Write those down too. And this is where it gets dangerous. If you neglect this practice, you risk losing sight of your true self. Without reflection, you drift aimlessly, subject to the whims of life. But knowing this alone is not enough. You need to commit to this practice, night after night. Comment below, "I reflect, therefore I grow." Write it. Own it. Let every like on your comment remind you of your promise to yourself. This is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. It's the tool that builds your resilience and clarity. Tomorrow, you will wake up stronger. You will embrace the day with purpose. You are not just living. You are becoming a master of your own life. The final word, embrace the calm. Right now, you have the power to change everything. The chaos around you can feel overwhelming. But remember, it is not the world that defines you. It is how you respond to it. The journey towards tranquility is not a straight path. It demands discipline, focus, and, above all, a commitment to embracing the calm amidst the storm. You've faced the truth of your actions. You've reflected on your growth. But now, you must step into the arena of your mind. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, Marcus Aurelius said. This is not just a saying. It's a call to arms. You are the gatekeeper of your mind. On this role, imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking down at a turbulent sea. The waves of life crash below you, but you have the choice. Will you be swept away by every wave, or will you stand firm, finding peace in the midst of chaos? Now, let's take action. Every day, as you wake, focus on embracing that calm. When you feel anxiety creeping in, pause. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the ground. This moment is your anchor. Remind yourself that you have the strength to navigate any storm. What action can you take today? Choose to sit in silence for 5 minutes. No distractions, just you and your breath. Let your thoughts drift away like leaves on a river. This practice will strengthen your mind. It will remind you that calm is a choice. You can reclaim it whenever you need. But here is the part nobody talks about. The real battle is in maintaining this calm once you leave that quiet space. Life will happen. Challenges will arise. You must be ready. So before you step into the chaos, say this to yourself. I embrace the calm to face the storm. Comment below. I embrace the calm to face the storm. Write it. Own it. Let every like on your comment remind you of your strength and resolve. This is your manifesto. You are not merely a spectator of life. You are a warrior, armed with the wisdom of the Stoics. You will navigate your path with purpose and clarity. Subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And I will see you in the next one.